Well, see this.
CNN's Larry Modowo is with me now. So, Larry, tell me about the reality of what's happening in Nigeria.
Victor, these attacks are down to terrorism. Nigeria's population is evenly split between Christians and Muslims, and the attacks target both Christians and Muslims. And that's what Nigeria has been trying to say. A lot of this has been bubbling under in MAGA circles on the U.S. right because it was an issue among some Christians in Nigeria. Boko Haram, which is a terrorist organization that operates in Nigeria's North Islamic State in West African province, they have carried out a lot of attacks. In some states, more Christians are killed. In other states, more Muslims are killed. And this is an issue that even President Trump's own senior African advisor, a Lebanese-American businessman who made his fortune in Nigeria, spoke about and dismissed. Watch.
People of all religions and all tribes are dying as a result of terrorist acts, but it's very unfortunate. We even know that Boko Haram and ISIS are killing more Muslims than Christians. So people are suffering from all sorts of backgrounds. This is not specifically targeted about one group or the other. However, any loss of life is too many. One is too many.
Victor, this has been a decades-old problem. It's about competition for resources between herders, who tend to be mostly Muslim, and Christians, who tend to be farmers. It's about cattle wrestling. And yes, there's a religious angle to it, but it does not rise to the level of a genocide or a mass slaughter.
Okay, so we heard there from an advisor to the president. What's the Nigerian government saying about these attacks?
The Nigerians are alarmed by President Trump's threat of sending troops to Nigeria. They say they have not heard from official diplomatic channels. All they have seen are the posts from President Trump on Truth Social and the Secretary of War, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, saying that they are ready. But before this latest threat came through, this is what President Bola Tinubu of Nigeria said. The characterization of Nigeria as religiously intolerant does not reflect our national reality, nor does it take into consideration the consistent and sincere efforts of the government to safeguard freedom of religion and beliefs for all Nigerians. And President Tinubu added that Nigeria is working with the United States government and the international community to deepen understanding and cooperation on protection of communities of all faiths. But the big thing here, Victor, that the possibility of U.S. troops on a sovereign soil in Nigeria to stamp out terrorists.
Larry Modowo reporting from London. Thank you so much.
Okay, so it was recently shared by Larry Modowo, a Kenyan and also a CNN journalist. He says, President Trump claims there's a mass slaughter of Christians in Nigeria and has threatened to send U.S. troops. But unlike South Africans, he didn't create a refugees path for Nigerians or Christians to move to America. He also came and says, if America can welcome persecuted white South Africans, why can't he not welcome persecuted Nigerian Christians? Okay, so basically, this CNN reporter and also African Kenyan actually was staring at a different conversation with this, where actually he faced a lot of contempt from Nigerians, and they actually say that they are actually not interested in moving to the United States like that. They just want to have a peaceful country to live. What was Larry's problem here? Why are you trying to shift the whole conversation to the idea of Nigeria? Why are they giving refugee status to South Africans, Afrikaners, but why not giving the same thing to Nigerian Christians? What kind of logic is that? What kind of narrative are you trying to push here? Racism narrative for what? Because that is actually not the main point that we are actually discussing here. So I was actually glad to see some comments from Nigerians and how they actually were not happy with his take here. Well, let's see what some Nigerians actually were saying though. This Nigerian came and said that Nigerians don't want a refugee path to the US. We just want to be able to live in a peace in our country and not to be afraid of being butchered in our homes and farms. Simply put, that is it. Nigerians never want to move to America. No, everyone who travel, but not in that expense as a refugees. Come on, bro. Again, man, Nigerians do not care about relocating to the US. We just want peace and to be able to thrive in our environment. We have the best weather, best food, best culture of togetherness. We just need the best governance. That's it. Nigerians are actually not happy with Larry's takes. This one also says about 140 million Christians cannot relocate to America. If that happens, the terrorists have won. Nigerian Christians want to live in their community peacefully and quietly. That is all they ask for. If Donald Trump can guarantee them that, then it's okay. Well, so basically, Nigerians were not happy with that takes, and they're actually not interested in actually moving to US in that manner as well. Again, man says that people really need to learn to read before reacting. Larry isn't saying Nigerians should migrate to US. He's exposing the racial bias in how America treats persecuted white South Africans versus persecuted Nigerians Christians. The ignorance in this comment section. Well, it doesn't matter with any ignorance. The point still holds that this should not even be part of the conversation by now. This shouldn't be part of it. Why you even think like that though? This isn't it though. Again, Manchester, you are part of the problem. Nigerians are not looking at leaving their land to America. They are not asking for refugees programs. They just want pressure on the government to stop the killing, stop this inferiority complex. Nigerians did not tell you that you want to leave their land. Basically, yeah. And again, this one says, are you retarded? Afrikaners never requested to migrate to the US as refugees, but an order was issued by Trump. Only 49 left, and the rest remained. If Trump was honest and sincere about what's happening in Nigeria, he should have done the same even for Nigerian Christians. Are you crazy? 140 million Nigerian Christians removed to the United States because of being butchered by genocide by believed different group. What are you trying to say? 140 million people. If that's the case, then we all are moving to the United States. What is wrong with you, bro? Well, Nigerians actually, as they say in their conversation, they actually don't want that. They just want peaceful to live in their environment and to thrive, and also to enjoy their food, their home, their women, and their Afrobeat as well. Is that too much to ask? Nigerians, is that too much to ask? No, it's not, right? Yeah, I need some Afrobeats to enjoy, Nigerian football to laugh, Nigerian comedy to laugh, Sabinos to laugh. No need to move to the US for nothing, right? Good. This is all that Nigerian people are saying. So Larry, stop with this propaganda because they are actually not interested in that one. Thank you.